Welcome to one more session of APM with the integration of JMeter. So we will be discussing today how to run your APM application using the JMeter. If you remember, I'm opening my JMeter. So if you remember, we had done the bean sampler class. I'm opening that class again. This is my last class we have done. So here, if you remember, I had specified that how we
लास्ट का से आप सैटरडे फ्राइडे को बोले थे कि 4-5 और है
pardon.
फ्राइडे को आप बोले सैटरडे को आप बोले थे कि 4-5 और बाकी है steps.
सुनो तो से what I am saying.
अच्छा
So in previous class, what we have done, we have discussed this bean shell processor. So if you remember, in this class, what we had done, we have added. This is I am revising my old class, in which I told you that we can export the project to the jar file. है ना? This class, and what we have done, we have added this jar file as a library in test plan. So you can go through this lecture also. So in this Eclipse, for example, okay, in this Eclipse, if I am having this weekend Java src, this is my Java program, say body.java, for example. So in this body.java, we are running this program by using public static void main. We are running this program by public static void main. We are not using any annotation. We are not using at the rate before test, at the rate after test, or any other annotation in it. So this is a simple Java application. So in my last class, what we have discussed, that you can export this as a weekend Java 2 jar. If you see, this is this file, weekend Java 2. This is a project, weekend Java 2. So we have exported. How we can export it? Right click and uh, export, export, and we have exported this as a jar file. And then what we have done, we have added it in my project. Now in the bean shell processor, I told you that you can import any kind of a library. Okay, so we here, if you see, I'm importing here. I was importing com.home. So what is this com? This was my package com, and inside it there was a home class, this home.java. And in home.java, we were having this main method, and I was calling. So here in my bean sampler, what I was mute कर लो अपने आप को. What we were doing, we were writing inside the try and catch block. We were initializing this home class and calling the home class method. So this we have done in my previous session. Okay. That is, you can write the any Java code, you can add it as a jar file, you can add it in your JMeter, and then you can use the bean shell sampler, and you can import the library and you can write the code. This we have done in my last class. But now the problem is, now coming to the today's class. Okay, now the problem is, but generally when we work on a project, so we make a framework. So we make a test ng framework or cucumber framework. Now, for example, here if you see this one, Pradeep test ng framework, for example, this one. So this Pradeep test ng framework, this we have added the dependency in pom.xml files, and we are running this particular project not through the main method. So there is no public static void main method. So for example, if I go to test cases, for example, I go to this login test. So in login test, there is no public static void main, and we are using this annotation @test. We were using this annotation password test @test. So this is a test ng application. So how do we run the test ng application? By using this test ng.xml file. So if I run this test ng.xml file, this test ng.xml file will run this particular test, login test and shopping test will execute from test ng.xml file. Okay. Now the problem is that how can I run this test ng application from my JMeter? That is the issue. Okay. If I run this application from, okay, uh, okay, if I run this application from the Eclipse, so it will run test ng.xml, right click, run as test ng suite. So in that way you can run this application. Okay. Or now this website is opening and you are doing some automation. Okay, I'm not running it completely. Similarly, you can run this application by using the command prompt. So on the command prompt, what we have done, we have installed this Apache Maven, this one. So we have installed this Apache Maven on my system. So if you want to run the same project from the command prompt, then what you can do, you can go to the command prompt cmd and go to the project folder. For example, this project I was running from the Eclipse, but now same project I want to run from the command prompt. So what I will do, I will go to the properties. This is my path of the project. This is the path of my project. So I will go to my project path. Okay, and now same project I am running from the command prompt. So if this project I was running from the Eclipse. Now I am not running it from the Eclipse. Instead of that, I am running it from the command prompt. But how you can run from the command prompt? By using the mvn command. But this mvn command will run only when Maven is installed on your system. Okay, mvn clean test is a command. Okay, if I run this mvn clean test command, so again you will see same project is executed, but now it is executed from the command prompt. Let us see. You see, same browser is opening and same project is running again from the command prompt. But now the question is that how can you run this project from the JMeter? So previous example we have shown that you can run the Java application through the JMeter by by exporting the project as a jar file, and then you can add the jar file in your test plan, and then you can import the package and you can write the constructor simple home h is equal new home h dot kitchen. That was working. Okay, but how you will do this thing? So let us close this first. So I am now closing my command prompt. Okay, now if you want to run the Maven project, Maven means we are using some annotation. Maybe it is test ng project, maybe it is Cucumber project. If you have knowledge of APM or Selenium and Maven, then only you will understand this concept. Otherwise, you will not understand this concept. So for that, you have to understand this test ng. What is test ng? Cucumber. What is then a Maven? For that, you can view my previous lectures or some Selenium and my APM lectures, so that you come to know what I'm talking about. Okay, so because in JMeter I'm using that thing, but exactly what is Maven, what is pom.xml file, etc. For that you have to have prior knowledge of that particular thing. Okay, so now I'm coming to the new test plan, and again I am adding a thread group. Now here we are not adding the jar file. This will not work if you are working in on a this thing Maven project. Then there is no need to export the project. Okay, so I'm not exporting this project to the jar file. Instead of that, I'm creating one sampler. Right click, add sampler, and the name of the sampler is OS process sampler. This one, this sampler request you have to add. Okay, so you have to add this OS process sampler. Okay, now in the command, what command I want to execute? I want to execute mvn command. Mvn is the name of the command. Mvn. But from where this mvn command is coming? So it will not recognize from where this mvn command is coming. So you can browse from where this mvn command is coming. So as I already told you, I have installed Maven on my system. Then only on the command prompt also mvn command is running. So here you have to specify from where this mvn command is running coming. So you have to browse. So I have installed it in C, Apache, Maven here, and bin, and here we have a Maven command mvn, and give the extension as .cmd. Okay, mvn dot cmd. So this is the Maven command we want to execute. Okay, working directory. Working directory means like here we have given the path of my project. Okay, path of my sorry. Okay, so what we do, we again copy that path. This is the path of my project which I want to execute. Right click, properties, copy the path of your project, and in JMeter add that particular path here. Okay, so Maven command from where it is coming, and then path of your project, and then in the value command parameters you have to add mvn clean, so that previous build is clean, and again add test. So test will run the build again, test test. So if you write clean and test in a one line, it will not work. If you write clean like this, clean and space test, it will not work. तो आपको you have to write the only one command at in a one line, clean, clean in the first line, and then test in the second line. So same command which I am writing on the command prompt, mvn clean test. So same command I am writing over here, mvn clean test, and which test you want to run, the path of my project. Okay. Other things is optional, you can leave it blank, no need to add anything, and then I can add the listener. Okay. So now if I run it, so it this the same project which you have created on your Eclipse or your intelligent IJ, the Maven project which you have created, same project you are running from the JMeter. And now if you increase it 2 times, so it means 2 times that project will execute. Okay, I'm just writing one only, and now I'm running it. So you see, again, same browser, Amazon. So I shown you that you can run this project from the Eclipse. Right click, test ng.xml, and run as I was running from the Eclipse. Same thing I can run from the command prompt without Eclipse using the mvn command. But now the thing is that how can you run this mvn command, because this project does not have a main method. So I cannot write the constructor of the class, and I cannot write dot. Instead of that, what we can do? Instead of that, what we can do? We can just add the mvn command as a OS processor sampler. Okay. So in that way, you can run the Maven project. Now coming to the APM, how to run the APM? First of all, some people think that mobile testing can be done. We can test the load testing by using the mobile application. But actually, it is practically the testing of load testing on the for the mobile application is not possible by using the JMeter practically, because if I say two people on the website, if there is a website, so I say two people are visiting my website, I can create the number of users or for HTTP type of the request, or I can say 5 people are uploading their file, so I can create a FTP type of a protocol. Or if I say I am sending the mail to the 10 people, so I can use SMTP protocol. So you see, so HTTP is a type of a protocol, SMTP is a type of protocol, FTP is a type of the protocol. So here in this, when we add the sampler, so there is a type of the request, HTTP type of a request is there, FTP type of a request is there, or a mail SMTP type of a request is there, or how many people are connecting to my database, JDBC type of a request is there. Java request is there, how many people can send to the request to the Java server. So these are there. But if you say that 3 people are connecting to Amazon app, so it means I need 3 devices. There's a difference. Visiting the website is a different thing. But if you say that 5 people are visiting to Amazon app, so on a same device 5 people cannot visit on a same app. पांच पांच आदमी सेम ऐप के ऊपर, सेम मतलब मोबाइल डिवाइस के ऊपर, आपका मोबाइल डिवाइस है, उस मोबाइल डिवाइस के ऊपर कितने यूजर कनेक्ट हो सकते हैं? एक मोबाइल डिवाइस के ऊपर ऑन अ सिंगल मोबाइल डिवाइस सिंगल यूजर इज कनेक्टेड, बिकॉज यू मोबाइल डिवाइस इज योर पर्सनल प्रॉपर्टी. तो you do not have 2 or 3 accounts on a same mobile. On a single mobile there is only one account. So if you click on your Amazon, so your logged in account will connect. 3 or 4 logged in account cannot connect. But on a website, I can send multiple username password by using multiple tabs or log out and then log in again. So here basically we cannot create the multiple devices, but we can write a simple, we can run that particular APM application by the JMeter, and you can increase the number of users, and it will launch the app, perform the task and close the app, and again launch the app, perform the task and close the app. In that way we can connect the multiple users. Okay, now for, as you are already familiar with APM, and as I told you that you should be comfortable with the APM, then only you will be understanding this concept. So first of all, we have to start the CMD, and we have to start the APM server. Okay, so if I want to connect the physical device, so we have to start the APM server on my system. So we have started the APM server, and we have this one APM application, in which I am using the Cucumber framework. This one. So here we are using a calculator app. So already all these things I think you must be familiar. We have written the package name, activity name,
Yes.
and the UDID which I want to launch. Okay, and some steps which I want to perform. And this is my runner class which runs the feature file. All these things are there in Cucumber, and I want to run the calculator app. And in this calculator, what we have done, this is my app class, launch app, in which we are passing the package name, activity name and the UDID to launch that particular app, and we have written the we have set the capabilities for that particular thing. In calculator app, what we are doing, we are just extends the app, and I'm launching the app. That's all I'm doing. I'm not writing any other thing like click or typing something. That thing I have just commented. Okay, as I told you that this is again a Marvin project. So a Marvin project can be Selenium project, Marvin project can be your API testing project, Marvin project can be your Android application project. Whatever you have written in your Marvin project, you can run it through the JMeter. Okay, so if I run it through the Eclipse, then what you have to do? You have to run the runner class. This is my runner class. So if I run my runner class, run as JUnit test. Okay, so my app is running. It will run on my mobile device, so you will not be able to view it, but you can check from here that it is passing. Okay, and you can look at my APM server here, this one. So this is running. This is my APM server. Okay, and here, so it is using this dependencies, capabilities, and it is creating the session. Session is created, so you can check from here that my session is created, my app is launched, session is created. Okay, now if I want to execute same thing from my from my instead of Eclipse, I want to launch it from my JMeter. So like we have launched the test ng application, that was a simple browser application. This is a mobile application, same thing. So again, if I create a new, and again create a thread group, and again in the thread group add the sampler, this one, OS process sampler. In the command, mvn dot cmd. Cmd is compulsory to write. mvn dot cmd. When you are working on a Windows operating system, then you have to write this cmd. But if you are working on a Mac operating system, then you can write only mvn up to here. No need to write cmd. But if you are working on a this thing na Windows, so Windows recognize the cmd command, so you have to write dot cmd also with it. Okay, which project I want to execute now? You can select this project. This is the APM project. Here we have written the coding of the mobile application. So just select the path of this project and add it in the working directory. And again add clean and again add test. So this project will execute by using the mvn clean test command. That's it. Okay. So what I'm doing for your understanding, I'm stopping this control C CLS. So I'm starting this APM server again because physically device is not visible to you. So you can check from this that my session is created or not. Okay. So now this APM server is started. Okay. Right now there is no session created over here. And now if I am running it, so I am taking you to my APM server here. So it is now launching the app. Now my app is launched. Okay. And you can check from here that this session is created. It means app is launched. Now for example again I am closing this APM server, control C. Okay, CLS. And for example now if I increase the request to 2 times, so now same app will be called 2 times but not on the two different devices. It will be called on the same device 2 times. So it will launch the app 2 times on my app, but same app cannot be launched 2 times. Practically Facebook, if I click on Facebook app, it will launch. But if I again click on the icon of the Facebook, it will not, 2 times it will not open the Facebook app. Only one time it can open. So what it will do, again it will open the same app again by, so it will close and open it again. So in that way you can do the performance testing. Okay. So again here it was first request only sent. I am clearing it. Now I am sending 2 users. So let us see. So I have started my APM. Let us see. So I have to start the APM, then only it will work. Okay. So APM server is started. No session is created. Now it will create the session 2 times. So here app is launched. Let us check the result. Two times request has been sent. So you can check from here. Okay, so you can check that this is the request it has sent to this project. This is the directory of the project. Okay, and what it is executing, it is executing this mvn clean test. Here it is written. Okay, and in response, this is the response body that this has been executed. mvn command has been executed, and again second time, again you see request is making and response is coming. So it means the same project in Eclipse you cannot run it two times or three times. Okay, so here what you can do, you can run it multiple times to check, but it will not run on different devices. It will run on the same device only. One open, then a close, then again open, then close, then again open. But it is not a exact performance testing. You cannot say that multiple, like in website we were saying, multiple users are visiting to my website and I was performing the load time, how much data is downloaded, or I was extracting the URL using the regression expression extractor. That thing you cannot do. Okay, so hopefully you have understood that how we can run a simple Java project also from the JMeter, which has public static void main, by exporting the project as a jar file, and then you can add the jar file to your project, and then you can simply import and make the constructor of the class and call the method. But 80-90% we create the Maven project. Maven project can be TestNG project or it can be Cucumber project. So I've shown you both the things. Simple browser project using TestNG also you can run, or you can run the Cucumber project in which there is a feature file, there is a runner class. In both of the cases, you can use this OS processor sampler and you can run the Maven command. Okay.